Collards are biennials. That's one thing you need to know. They need to have had at least about 50 days of temperatures that are below 50 degrees, usually below 40, in order to decide they're grown up enough to make seeds. So in general, in the southeast where we live, people will start them in late summer or early fall. I mean, you can start them in the spring, but if you start them in the spring, you put yourself into a whole heck of a lot of trouble with a lot of bugs. If you start them in late summer and grow them in the fall and winter mostly, and then when it starts warming up in the spring, the plants, instead of being these little dudes like this, start growing really fast, getting big, and then putting up a big old tall flowering stalk. So with your collards, you need to have them have warm, and then a cold period, and then warmth again. And they need an extended period of that, like I said, at least 50 days of temperatures below 50 degrees before they will start flowering.
The trickiest part of saving collards is accommodating for their cold requirements in order to get them to bolt. In the south, this usually means leaving them in the field from the fall through the winter into late spring, almost an entire year of taking up bed space. So this can be tricky to incorporate into your crop plan. But if you do, the process of saving the seed itself is pretty easy.
They come up and start flowering in the spring.
I wanted to show this kind of from beginning to end. So after a collard has sort of done its thing, it sends up a big old seed head, and it's starting to get a little wilty now, but this is it in its very first form of making seeds. This is it blooming and doing its flowers, and then after it blooms, you can see that each blossom becomes this little, looks like a little tail of a seed pod.
When the flower